What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. It's your boy Foxhound. We are going to finish up the DR10 today. Yes, we're going to finish up the DR10, but I'm going to explain to you guys a little bit about what we always see on, actual prep. When you're looking at Street Outlaws, when you're watching it on TV, and they're always on the computer, smacking on the computer, jamming out, trying to get their tune right, and all this kind of cool crap. Well, I'm going to blow you guys' mind here today, and we're going to talk about gyros, we're going to talk about FCs, and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing with this DR10. So it's going to be better to go down the road. It's going to be power. You're going to be able to see a lot of stuff. Now, let me break into what you guys are going to see. Now, you're going to realize you're going to be running first person. You're going to know how much amp draw you're pulling off your motor. You're going to also know how much your gas tank is, like the volts actually in your battery is pulling. And you're going to actually know the road gyro, which we'll talk about black box here in a little bit, and how we'll use an FC from a drone FC, but we're putting it to a car. Now, we can go down two different paths. If you guys want, you can comment down below. We can go down the path of what I'm going to go for first, and then I'll lay this other one out to you. This other one is autonomous. Can we turn this thing right here? Oh, come on now. Come look at me. Oops, she's missing. She's missing. Can we turn that DR10 into autonomous? But that's one road we'll take. But for right now, we're going to talk about putting this thing up and reading the road, using it for drag, and why I'm using two FCs. Now, the two FCs I'm using, one FC is going to be completely running off the battery, the actual OSD, and the FPV gear. That's what the one FC is going to be running. The Open Pilot FC is going to be running the car, the actual programming of the car, meaning we can tune how much the actual throw is, and basically tuning our rates for the car. Also, with this Open Pilot FC, we can do somewhat would be called launch control. Launch control, in my sense, would be, when you're starting out at the line, launching out at 30%, and then full sticking it to give it that full 100%. Now, another thing about launch control and doing it with Open Pilot is, say the road is it's too much, you're doing too much power to the road. Well, you can shorten the throw, which would mean you're, instead of going 100% stick, going 100% stick, but dialing down your throw to when you're at 100%, you're only doing about 70% power to the actual motor and ESC, and that's doing it off Open Pilot. Now, that is why I'm doing two different FCs. The other reason why we're going to talk about two different FCs is called black box. Now, it'll be in beta flight. Yes, you're going to be using somewhat of a drone program to do this, but what's cool about beta flight is you can put an SD card in the FC, and then you can go to make it data log black box. Black box will tell you the gyro stabilization on the FC and all the kind of mechanics that are going on. And what's cool about when you're seeing the gyro, if you're on a road, you can record that gyro data and see by dividing up your, I think it's 130 feet or something like that, you divide that by the length of your gyro, and then you can actually see how you can read the road and see where bumps are, see where you can pull off power and add more power at certain points. So this will really, really help you read the road, as you would see in like Street Outlaws and all these guys that are doing it crazily. Now, what's really cool about, I'm not running this on that rig. Well, I am running what I'm telling you guys right now, but what's really cool is I'm not running a rig that people have that are already have ESCs that do boost and ESCs that you can pull timing out or increase timing for your motor. Now, I will probably be switching over to that setup here soon, but I will still have it be on two FCs running it, because then that just gives me now boost and timing control on top of me doing all of the launch control sequences and systems I can put on there, plus reading the road. And what I'm talking about will blow your guys' mind is, think about this. knowing how much amps your motor is pulling at full stick, and that's even telling you how much your system can hold, and if you're doing adequate cooling and all that kind of stuff using a drone FC. Now I know you guys are going, what, drone FC? There's lots of drone FCs that are out there, guys. I mean, but you have to pick the right one. I will post it down below. Just for an example, for a drone FC, it is something like, this is something stupid old, but it will go for the same instant. I will be posting up how to program this kind of FC to your car. Now, when doing the FC to your car, what's awesome about doing the second FC that's running your FPV gear, you can also put GPS on the model, so you don't have to go buy that other module to find out how much you're running in time lapse, like how fast your car is going, what's the fastest speed your car can pick up. Well, and then that actually will help you tune out the road and tune your car. Now, knowing that you'll know your gas tank, knowing how much amps you're drawing, knowing the actual feel of the road, because you're doing it FPV. The reason why I chose to do FPV for this DR10 is the big deal is actually going straight, making sure that you can see that straight line and hug the road and use your lane without crossing into somebody. And what is really cool about using FPV is you still have that split-second chance to react before your car flips, before you shred your car, before you do something that's terrible for it. And that's why I tell you guys to do FPV. Plus, adding a little bit more weight to your car and putting this on your car makes you not have to use a whole bunch of lead weight to keep the car down. So that's why I'm doing this and showing you guys the DR10 slow build. I still have not taken this thing out for runs. It does run on 6S. It runs full bore on 6S. It's great. Now it's going to be doing, we're going to be gear changing here soon. But for right now, we're going to finish up on the actual DR10 body, which is straight behind me right over here. We're going to actually finish it. I'll have a time lapse going on of me wiring it all up. If you guys want to know more about what is on this DR10, I will tell you guys. In my last video, was discussing about this DR10 is I'm using a cheap ESC because I look at it as I'm going to be burning through ESCs and tires a lot running 6S and even motors. I'd rather burn through something that's cheap than burn through a whole bunch of money every time I overpower something. So it's like this. I can buy 4 cheap $50 6S ESCs that are made for cars, or I can buy a real expensive $250 ESC motor combination that might last. I've heard a lot of good things on it, but hey guys, it's drag. You do a couple runs on it, and now your gear's starting to get that wear and tear. But let's get into it, enjoy the time lapse, and let's get on to the DR10 body frame. What I'm doing to the DR10 body frame is putting in lights and finishing up the FPV or camera gear. I might put a servo on it, who knows. I'll let you guys know in the time lapse and show you how the servo works. I'm running it off the DR10. I switched the remotes. I'm running it off this remote, so we have actual switches and stuff, so I can program this to this car and actually have launch control and a bunch of cool things. The tuning aspect of this is going to get pretty crazy for an RC car. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys have any questions for all these RC groups that are on Facebook for drag cars like this kind of stuff, let me know. You can also follow my channel Foxhound FPV and look up DR10 Foxhound FPV, and it'll show you the slow process that I am doing building this car. But enjoy. See you guys in a minute. Let's get this done. Alright guys, let me show you the setup close up and personal for right now. So what's on the body is I have obviously this ESC with an extra fan on top. I have an extra fan on the motor with a heat guard shield on it. Running a power distribution board with a bunch of leads so I can plug in whatever I need. I'm running the CC3D Open Pilot for the brain. This is the 6S setup with a cap on it. And I'm running this as my RX with this remote. Okay. This is just what's on this car setup. I'll show you guys what the tires can do and everything on 6S here in a minute. But this isn't what you guys need to really look at. This is the base. This is what holds the weight. I did put gyro stabilization stuff on here to really help the car out when riding on the surface. Now, let me pull this off and get to the real meat of the car. The underbody. Alright. The underbody, guys. Let me show you what this is. So, I know it looks like a big ratted mess, but you will see. So, we've got all the lights done, put up, and running. Okay. We have an extra cooling fan in here. We have the light board. We have the Connex system. And we have a regular 5.8 system running the camera going through here. Okay. We have the 5.8, or we have the Connex system right here. I'm going to be putting right here is going to be another FC that will be running all my OSD and everything. Probably set right about dead center here. Running OSD and the GPS. Now the GPS will give me my speed data and how fast the car is actually going, so I don't have to get all technical on, oh man, buying something else for it. I can just hook this up to an FC on a drone that I just showed you, something like this, but different, and get some data on it. Now, the extra fan here, and then we have the not the ESC, but the VTX. This VTX is a little bit bigger, easier to switch through channels. I kind of like it. Now, this is the big guts for it. Now I'm going to do some little shots to show you what it looks like complete when it's running. I'll just show you guys what it looks like with 3S on it right now. I'll show what 3S and 6S does. 6S actually starts making the tires stretch out and really expand, but I'm not going to do any of that until we're actually on the ground and kicking it hard. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching this and seeing what's inside here on the DR10. Let's see what it looks like when it's all set up and complete. And that's what it looks like. Let's give it a turn here. The blue underglow. Let's see what the butt end looks like. Looking good. Let's see what it can do now. That's cool. Stay on. Hazards. See what the front end looks like with that doing it. Alright. This is what 3S is supposed to look like, guys, with the car standard. So here it is. Tell me what you guys think. That's max throttle. But we're gonna calm down. And that is the DR10 modded. The last thing we'll be putting on for the next episode is doing the last FC to make it run perfect, and to show you guys what having FPV can do when you have your OSD and everything showing what kind of power you're drawing from it. And then yes, 6S power is ready for this bad boy. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching, guys. And there it is, all in its glory. We'll be taking some test hits on this bad boy here soon, guys. She's done. Almost done. She's almost done. She's about 90% done. She's ready to get tested on. She's ready to throw down the burn pad and do some 6S. Stay tuned for some more rips, guys, of the DR10 heavily modified. Thanks, guys.